Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining. Have you heard of the movie Dark Water? It was released in 2005 and it stars Jennifer Connelly and Tim Roth. It's a movie about a mother and a daughter moving into an apartment complex. Strange things begin to happen. Typical horror movie stuff. A few jump scares here and there. The abandoned apartment upstairs keeps leaking water. The daughter, Cecilia, has a new imaginary friend named Natasha. As it turns out, spoiler alert, Natasha's body had been in the water tower for the apartment building the whole time. Natasha had been abandoned by her parents and was left on her own. This led to her falling into the water unattended and drowning. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do know that it's creepy, not the type of creepy where you say, wow, this movie's scary. It's kind of creepy because of the real world mystery it almost mirrors. I know what you're thinking, there's plenty of movies out there based on true stories, true events, and that's true. But the crazy thing about this story is that the movie came out 8 years before the incident occurred. This is Elisa Lam, a student at the University of British Columbia. Towards the end of January 2013, she decided to take a trip to California and she stayed at the infamous Cecil Hotel. Initially, she was given a room that was shared with others, but after the roommates complained about certain odd behavior coming from Elisa, she was moved to her own room 2 days later. Earlier in life, Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression. Her family kept her mental illness pretty private and says that Elisa had no history of suicidal ideations or attempts. She would contact her parents daily while traveling, but on February 1st, 2013, the day where she was scheduled to check out of the hotel and continue on her travels, her parents hadn't heard from her. They called the local authorities and flew to LA to help search for Elisa. Hotel staff said that Elisa had been alone that day, and a manager of a nearby bookstore said that she was very outgoing, very lively, and very friendly. She was getting gifts to bring home to her family. Police searched the Cecil Hotel as much as they legally could. The hotel grounds, throughout the building, and even the roof. Canines were brought in to detect a scent. They were unsuccessful. A week after Elisa had gone missing, flyers were put up all over the neighborhood and online, bringing the case to the public's attention. After another week of no leads, the LAPD released a video of the last known sighting of her. The video was recorded the day she went missing in an elevator at the Cecil Hotel. Yeah, it's creepy. It's as if someone was following her or she was hiding from someone. Could there have been someone after her? It seems like if there was, he would have actually went into the elevator after her. There's no one else on that footage. Very strange behavior. And why wasn't the elevator door closing after she had hit the buttons? Is there a way you can stall an elevator like that with the buttons? It seems, in my mind at least, that she was going through some sort of mental episode, maybe even hallucinating. While the search was going on for Elisa, guests at the Cecil began to complain about the low water pressure. Some guests said that their water had turned black and had an unusual taste. Yeah. Elisa Lam's body was found in a water tank on the hotel's rooftop. She had been found naked with her clothes from the elevator video floating next to her. So how the hell did she end up in there? The door to the roof was locked and could only be accessed by an employee with a passcode or a key. The water tank itself had heavy lids that would be very difficult to replace once inside. There was also no access to them. They had to grab a ladder when making the discovery. Although I have seen a video where someone climbed up to a small structure next to the water tower, and from up there you could jump onto the top of the water towers. The cause of death was accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a significant factor. But there were many issues with the report, and the coroner's pathologists were not too sure if the death was actually accidental. So what do you guys think happened? I mean, as you can imagine, there are a lot of crazy theories revolving around this case, such as she was possessed or that the Cecil Hotel itself is haunted, which is an entirely different rabbit hole we can go down on a future video. The two theories that make the most sense to me are that she was being followed by someone, that someone led her up to the roof where a horrible crime was committed, or the other, which if I only had to pick one, I would pick this one, is that she was having a mental episode and didn't really realize what she was doing, sadly. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Netflix has just released a documentary about this very case. If you'd like to go more in depth, go check that out. I have not yet, but I will soon. Oh, and the very last thing. Remember that movie Dark Water I was talking about? The daughter, her name was Cecilia.